All right. 62716 is the Solid Waste Grants Program. Solid Waste Grants Program 62716. Rule Authority 403-704, 403-7095, Florida State Law 403-706, 403-795, Florida History News, the May 16, 1989, formerly 17716, 100 amended November 16th, 1994, repealed the February 16, 2012, the 716-100 intent of the Solid Waste Grant Program rules. And then it goes into 716-200 definitions. 716-200 definitions of the Solid Waste Grant Program Rulemaking Authority 403-704, 403-7095, Florida State Laws implemented 403-706, 403-7095, Florida History News, May 16, 1989, formerly 17-716-200, amended 11, November 16, 1994, repealed February 16, 2012. And then we go into 300, which is not up there, which I have to bring up. All right, this one has finally gets to the which is 716 is the Solid Waste Grant Management Program. All right, 262, 716, Solid Waste Grant Program, 300 General Grant Application Requirements. Request for the funding shall be submitted to the Department of Application Form specified with Rule 16, 716, 900. For the facility at Florida Administrative Account, additional copy of the grants of program application forms may be obtained with the Department of District of the Office, Tallahassee, and Headquarters. Application received. Local governments have not been returned. The Department uninspected, unaccounted for. The forms prior to the year solid waste. The grant shall be rejected. The Department application for local governments have not been met their obligations under the term of the previous grant agreements. The funds of this under this chapter shall be rejected by the Department of Rule of Banking Authority 403-704, 403-7095, Florida State Law implemented 403-7095, Florida State History News, May 16, 1989, formerly 17-716-300, amended November 16, 1994, and December 17, 2013. All right, now moving on to 310. 310, where's that? We'll have to pick that one out too. All right, once again in 62716, which is the Solid Waste Grant Program. 716, 310, disbursement of the funds. Upon receipt and approval of the grant application, the department should determine the exact amount of the grant award and prepare the grant agreement. The grant agreement will forward to the applicant to be signed by the local government representative. Other eligible applications submitted to the department. The list of grant advances that has been requested. The application grant funds reimbursement on the monthly and quarterly basis for each of the year. The department has the right to determine that the grant award demand refund for the grant funds is not compliant with the term of the award. These rules resulting in the department declaring the grant ineligible for their participation in the program until the grant complies with these terms of the grant award. Rulemaking Authority 403-704, 403-7095, Florida Laws implemented 403-7095, the Florida History News of May 16, 1989, amended the July 14, 1991, formerly 1776, 716, 310, amended November 16, 1994, December 17, 2013. Now for 320. All right, 62716 is Solid Waste Grants Program, and 320 is the grant record keeping. Each recipient of the grant funds shall maintain an accurate record of all expenditures for the grant funds, including match fund. If applicable, they shall assure the records that are available with all reasonable type of inspection review. Then audit the Department of the Personnel record should be kept for at least 3 years. For specific authority 403-704, 403-7095, Florida laws implemented 403-706, 403-7095, Florida State History News, May 16, 1989, formerly 17-716. 320, amended November 16, 1994. And now for, was that 320? We'll do this one again, I think, again. Remember that the, Grant record. Keeping each recipient of the grant fund shall maintain an accurate record that is expended for the grant fund, including the match fund, if the applicable shall assure that the records available to all recipients will inspection, review, and audit department personnel records shall be kept for at least 3 years. The specific authority 403-704, 403-795, Florida State law implemented 403-706, 403-795, Florida State history news, May 16, 1989, formerly 17-716, 3020, the amended to November 16, 1994. And now we move on to 400, which is also over here. View, zoom, width. Alright. Section 62, 716, solid waste grant programs, 400 specific recycling education grant application matching requirements was repealed, but its rulemaking authority was 403-704, 403-795, the Florida law implemented 403-706, 403-7095, the Florida history news, May 16, 1989, amended July 14, 1991, formerly 17-716, 400, amended November 16, 1994, repealed February 16, 2012. Alright, now for 410. I have a feeling 62716 solid waste grant programs, 410 recycling education grant eligibility requirements, rulemaking 403-704, 403-795, the Florida laws implemented 407-6, 403-795, the Florida State history news of May 16, 1989, amended in July 14, 1991. Formerly 17-716, 410, amended November 16, 1994, repealed February 16, 2012. $430 using recycling. Let's see, views, text width. All right, 662, 716, 430, using the Recycling Education Grant Funds Rulemaking Authority with the 430, 704, 430, 7095, the Florida laws implemented 40706, 430, 795, the Florida history news of May 16, 1989, formerly 17, 716, 430, the amended in November 16, 1994, repealed February 16, 2012. All right, 440. All right, 440. Allocation of recycling education grant funds. 716 solid waste grant programs, allocation of recycling education grant funds. 440 the Rule Authority 403 704 403 7095 Florida laws implemented 403 706 403 7095 the Florida history news May 16, 1989, formerly 17 716 440 repealed February 16, 2012. All right, this one has a little bit to read on it. Remember, 62-716 is solid waste grant program. 450 is solid waste annual report. By April 1st of the year, beginning in 2013, each county shall submit a record with the department concerning the annual solid waste management program recycling activity report submitted with electronically on paper. The form 62-716-904 and should include the information required with the section 403-706S. Florida State SU form of the 62-716-904 county annual report effective December 17, 2013. Hereby adapted and incorporated with reference copy. The forms available for the internet at www.departmentofstateflorida.us. Waste copy quick topics forms page 62-716 or contacting waste reduction section MS number 44555 Division Waste Management Department Environmental Protection 2600 Blairstone Road Tallahassee Florida 32399 2400 rulemaking authority 403704 Florida State law implemented 403706 the Florida State history news May 16, 1989 formerly 17716 450 amended with the December 12th, 2013. Alright, rulemaking 62-716 is the solid waste grant program, and 460 with the annual recycling report, section 403-703-2, 3 of the Florida State statute requires the state agency, public institution, higher learning, community college, and state university, including buildings that are occupied by municipal, county, state employees, entities occupied by the building, maintained the Department of Management Services annually reported all recycled materials to the county. The department designated reporting format, the designated form of the reform 62-716-900F, 5, with the annual circular report of the public sector entity of the county with effective December 17, 2013, hereby adopted and incorporated the reference, which may be submitted electronically on paper. The copy of the forms available on the internet at http://www.department.state.florida.us waste quick topics forms page 62 716 for the local district office writing the Department of Environmental Protection Waste Reduction System section MS 4555 2600 Blair Road, Blaisdell Road, Tallahassee, Florida, and 32399 2400. Section 403732 Florida State Statute encourages certain private businesses annually report an annual material of the recycled accounting of the Department designated reporting format. The designated format is 62 716 900 annual voluntary recycling recognition form. The effective December 17, 2013, hereby adopted and incorporated the reference whereby submitted electronically on paper. The copies on this form are available for the internet at the Department of State, Florida.us. The waste quick topics forms page 62 716 contacting waste reduction system MS 4555 Division Waste Management Department Environmental Protection 26 Blair Stone Road, Tallahassee, Florida 32399 2400 in accordance with Section 4037032 the Florida State Statute. Long-term to goal of the recycling after the recycled at least 75% of the municipal solid waste that would otherwise be disposed of. The Department of the Comprehensive Recycling Program that is designed to achieve the goal and support the Department to provide statewide recognition of successful recycling efforts by the school, business, public groups, and private citizens. In order to consider such recognition, the entities must complete with the Form 62 716 906 for the annual voluntary recycling recognition form as discussed in subsection 2 of the above. Rule Authority 403704 Florida State Law implemented 403732 403706 Florida State History News December 17, 2013, and that was 460, 470, Remember 62 716 and solid waste grant programs. 470 the voluntary certification program materials recovery facility. The owner of the operating materials recovery facility wishes to participate in voluntary certification programs in section 403705 of the Florida State Statute shall submit application electronically paper the certification and use of the form 62 716 901 application voluntary materials recovery facility certification effective December 12th December 17th 2013 adopted with incorporated reference copy on this form that are available on the internet at the Department of State, Florida.us Waste Quiet Topic Forms page 62 716 of the Contact Waste Reduction MS number 4555 Division Waste Management Department of Environmental Protection 2600 Blairstone Road, Tallahassee, Florida 32399 2400. The form may be submitted along with the request to modify the facility permit. Other may be submitted as part of the new or renewal part of application. Qualified certification. The owner of the operator must demonstrate the facility receives at least 50% of the municipal solid waste received on an average annual basis reported with the form 62 701 900 7 the annual report of the construction demolition debris facility required with paragraph 62 701 710 8B of the facility and whereby adopted with incorporated the reference and neither the facility nor the operator or the owner that have the subjective form knowledge of enforcement action results in finding with the violation. Florida statute rules order the permitted condition no quarter but 12 months permit the submitted with the certification application where the application qualifies. The certification in accordance with subsection 2 with above the certification shall issue for the corresponding calendar year. The department will annually verify the eligibility of the certification fee from the reference in paragraph 2A with determine the continued eligibility of the certificate holder during the tenure of the permit with the certified holder. The certification qualifies the certification subsequent calendars during the turniture of the permit of the certification is issued annually with each of the corresponding subsequent calendar years. Rulemaking 403704 Florida Law implemented 403705 403732 403706 Florida State History News December 17, 2013. That was 470. All right, 480. Okay, 480. Once again, 6A 716 is the solid waste grant program. 480 is a method of critical criteria for the calculating county recycling rate. Section 403703 Florida State issues establishes a statewide goal to recycle at least 75% of municipal solid waste by the year 2020. Section 403706 Florida State establishes the interim recycling goals. Counties require the department to adopt the rules established method criteria to be used in the counties in calculating the recycling rates. The rule in section includes the implementing statutory requirement methods in order to calculate the annual recycling rate. The county usually formula total amount of municipal solid waste generated generated within the boundaries recycled, dividing the total amount of municipal waste generated within the boundaries that is recycled and land disposed and combusted. Per section 403.7064A, the Florida State statute, each megawatt hour produced with renewable energy facility using solid waste fuel shall count as 1 ton of the recycled material. An accounting created renewable energy solid waste implementation maintains proceeded with the recycle at least 50% of the municipal solid waste means of other creating renewable energy with the county shall be counted as 1/4 of a ton of the recycled material per megawatt hour produced, which originates the county with the county to other county in the which renewable energy facility resides. The origination county shall receive this recycling credit. The above calculation applied for the equal facility producing renewable energy via either waste to energy, landfill, gas. Any byproduct resulting from the creation of renewable energy with recycled shall count towards the counting recycle with accordance with the method of the criteria developed in section for the Class 1 landfills collect the beneficial land gas field gas except for the yard trash and field landfill gases are used to generate electricity. Recycled materials credited with the free yard trash component included with recycled materials credited to calculation for all solid waste. Paragraph B. For the above beneficial landfill gas Class 1 landfills, recycled materials credited attributed for the yard trash determined by the following process. 1. Determine the fraction of municipal solid waste that disposed of the landfill with attributed with the yard trash after the subtracting of the amounts of the yard trash that were used in the landfill covered the other the use for the voided already received recycling credit. 2. Determine the megawatt hours equivalent of the landfill gas beneficial use for the attributed with the yard trash unless the owner operated to demonstrate the different conversion with a more accurate site-specific condition for the person for the section of 1 million cubic feet of landfill gas will consider the equivalent to 150 megawatt hours of electricity. Multiply the item 1 above the 2 above to determine the equivalent electrical generation that would be distributed with the landfill gas derived with the yard trash. Each megawatt hour equivalent derived with the yard trash will be counted with 1 ton of recycled material. For example, to assume the landfill received 1,000 tons of municipal solid waste in a year with 200 tons of the yard trash, 15 tons of the yard trash was used to then cover the material. Separately, received the recycling credit for the use 150 ton yard trash accounts toward the production of landfill. The landfill produces 1 million cubic feet of natural gas in a year. The landfill produced the equivalent of 150 megawatt hours, which was 50% of the waste of the stream in the yard trash. The landfill would get credited for the recycling equivalent of 22.5 megawatt hours at 22.5 tons of yard trash associated municipal solid waste. Each of the ton of municipal solid waste is used daily and immediately with the final cover of the solid waste disposal facilities in accordance with the permanent conditions of such of the facility shall count with 1 ton of the recycled material. The recycled material credits shall be limited to the amount of the required particular category of the cover of the given facility. Material used in excess of the amount shall be counted as the waste disposal. After recycling, the credit is claimed with the use of the municipal solid waste and fill the land cover the landfill gas renewable energy recycling credit. So to reduce the ratio of municipal solid waste used to the land cover the entire divided in total municipally solid waste to the disposed in the landfill criteria. A. The municipal solid waste includes only the waste that is otherwise recycled would normally be collected through a public or private solid waste and management service. Such services include garbage collection services, recycling collection services, remediation services. All construction, demolition, debris should be considered municipal solid waste for the purposes of the section. Automobiles, including scrap materials, scrap metal, and shredded residual, are not considered municipal solid waste. Asphalt or other byproducts of the road building maintenance for the directly reused for the part associated work. Projects are also not considered municipal solid waste. 6. Municipal solid waste does not include solid waste from industrial, mining, or agricultural operations, even if the waste is collected with the public or private solid waste management service. However, the office of the criteria waste for the facility is considered municipal solid waste. Recycling includes a process which municipal solid waste reused returns to use the form of the raw materials, products. Raw materials and products may include the fuels and fuel substitutes. For example, the waste of the tires, the fuel, the production of the biofuels made from the municipal solid waste would consider recycled for the purpose of the calculating and counting with the recycling rates. However, the amount of the recycled rate of credit but the may be claimed with the production. Certain fuel products may be sold as wood of the paper waste and limited to accordance with section 403.7064B with the Florida State statute. And current incineration of the purpose of disposal shall not be considered recycling except for the may otherwise provided in this chapter. Recycling does not include any of the process using constitute disposal. Even the process does have some beneficial use. For example, the municipal solid waste fill material in the manner that the constitute disposal, such as filling a borrow pit with the unprocessed construction demolition debris, would not be considered recycling for the purpose of calculating counting recycling rates. The process cleaning debris with the fill material use the proposed municipal solid waste authorized by the department pursuant to the permit other order issued with the Part 4 of the Chapter 373, 378, and 403 Florida State statute. For the use of the fill material is not considered with the use of the constituted disposal of such as the use of the integral land improvement project, including the environmental reclamation restoration necessary for the construction improvement, structural and facility as part of the real property improvement. Rules 403.704, 403.706, 403.708, for the laws implemented implemented 403-70332, 403-706, 403-78, Florida State History News, December 17th, 2013. And that covers 480. Or Section 500. 62716 is the solid waste grant program specific small county consolidated the grant application. All counties with a total population fewer than 100,000 are eligible in the annual consolidated grant grant pursuant to the section 403-70951 of the Florida State statute. By June, for each of the department shall provide each eligible account of the application 62716-902 small county solid waste grant application effective December 17, 2013. Hereby incorporated the reference copy of the forms available on the internet www.departmentof-state.gov Florida.us Waste Quick Top of the Forms, page 62716, by contacting the Waste Reduction Section Management MS 45 number 4555 Division Waste Management Department Environmental Protection 2600 Blairstone Road, Tallahassee, Florida 32399 2400. No later than August 1st of the year. Each eligible county applying for the grant shall submit electronically on paper the complete application for the department for the approval. Consolidated grant may be used for the grant solid waste management, litter prevention, control, and waste tire collection and disposal recycling of education programs. And education, recycling and education programs. Rule 403-704, 403-795, Florida State Law, implemented 403-7095, Florida State History News, May 16th, 1989, formerly 17-716, 500, amended November 16th, 1994, December 17th, 2013. Alright, this one is Rule 62716, Solid Waste Grant Management Program, 510, Use of Small County Grant Funds, Ruling Authority 403-704, 403-795, Florida State Law, implemented 403-795, Florida State History News, May 16, 1989, formerly 17-716, 510, repealed February 16, 2012. The U.S. Small County Grant Funds have been repealed, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Alright, 62-716, 620, the Use of Waste Tire Grant Fund, the Rulemaking 403-704, 403-795, 403-719, Florida State Law 403-795, 403-719, Florida State History, May 16, 1989, formerly 17-716, 620, amended November 16, 1994, and February 20, 1996, repealed February 16, 2012. And moving on to 700. Alright, 62-716, 700 litter control and prevention grants, rulemaking of 403-704, Florida law, still implemented 403-4131, Florida State History in the News of January, November 11, 1994, amended with February 20, 1996, repealed February 26, 2012. That was litter control prevention grants, and we're getting on to forms. So you have your Solid Waste Grant Program, 682-716, 900 forms. The forms and instruction you the Department of Recycling the grant with adopted and incorporated the reference elsewhere with the draft. The forms may be submitted electronically using an electronic system where established by the Department on the paper. The following list for the forms properly solely convenience. The copy of the forms available on the internet. The HP Department of State Florida.us. The Waste Quiz Top of the forms, page 62716. Contact the Waste Reduction MS 4555 Division Waste Management Department Environmental Protection 2600 Player Stone Road, Tallahassee, Florida 32399 2400. The form 6062 716 900 application voluntary materials recovery facility certification required subsection 62 716 471 Florida Administration effective December 17th, 2013 for 62 716 902. The small county consolidated solid waste grant applications required in subsection 62 716 502 of the Florida Administrative Code effective December 17, 2013. Form of 62 716 903 of the waste tire grant application required with the Rule 16 716 700 of the Florida Administrative Code effective December 17th. 2013 Form 62-716 November 400 number 904 County Annual Report is required with the 62-716 450 Florida Administrative Code effective December 17, 2013. Form 62, 716, 905, annual recycling report of the public sector entities to the counties is required in subsection 62, 716, 4961, Florida Administrative Code, effective through December 17, 2014, or 2013. Form 62, 716, 906, the annual volunteer recycling recognition form is required in subsection 62, 716, 460, 2 and 3 of Florida Administrative Code, effective December 17, 2013. Rulemaking Authority 12055, 40306, 403 704, Florida laws imitated 12055, 403 732, 403 706, 403 7095, the Florida State History News of the just May 16, 1989, amended with the 7th June 14, 1991, formerly 17 716 900, amended November 16, 1994 to February 20, 1996, and December 17, 2013. There's one more, which is attachment 16. Which was the grant work plan. So we're going to go over the grant work plan. Fill in the blanks. This is, how many pages is it? 3? Alright. Attachment of the grant work project title, the project location, project background, project description. And then 2 project tasks. Provide a clear description of the task that may be completed with identified deliverables as a result of the task. Example included the operation logs, sample reporting, hauling, disposal logs, something of the proof that it was completed with the defendant found the dates provided with the deliverables, schedule for the date of the arrangement, execution, payment, widely openly made open upon submitted the proof of the deliverable identified with the task on. If the grantee were to reimburse the quarterly with the quarterly deliverable budget must be provided with the form should be applied appear as follows: task title, description, deliverable description, deliverable budget detail, the provided budget detail of the each of the deliverable budget being funded under one of these agreements, salaries provided with the position of the being paid under this agreement with their hourly rates and honor how many hours anticipated work on this project. Fringe benefits, provide fringe benefits range with the benefits included the rate, fringe traveling where to and where task is under the contract with the series, service and subcontract equipment, the equipment to be purchased, the equipment is $1,000 per unit, the cost that includes vehicles if approved by the department, supplies and other expenses, supplies and be purchased whether other the cost, rental which is copying, other any costs for salaries, fringe benefits of travel contracted with the services, performance when the criteria of the Department of Energy, Environmental Protection Grant Manager to evaluate the delivery to determine the acceptable reset of the performance measurements should be compliant with a particular statute or rule. Note this information must be provided each task, and this shows a tracking number, the task title, started, completing, deliverable due dates, title, project budget, salary, benefits, fringe benefits, travel, contractual services, equipment purchase, supplies, other expenses, and land, indirect, total funded amount, total budget task 1 through 6, Department of Environmental Protection funding amount, and total funding amount, and remainder of the page intentionally left blank. And that concludes the 62 716 Solid Waste Grant Program.